Alright guys, we're going to take a look at a couple examples using an equation to find either a missing percent or a missing part or a missing whole. We're going to look at a couple examples actually. So the first one is number 10 on page 323. Number 10 says 2.8 is 4% of what number? Okay, so we are looking to find the whole here. When we have problems like this, a lot of times it's easy to just use the translation method that I showed you. So we just read from left to right here. 2.8 is, remember is means equals, 4%, which is written as 0.04, of means multiplication, and what number is my variable. Okay, and now I've just got a one-step equation here. In order to get rid of 0.04 times x, we do the opposite operation. So we divide both sides by 0.04. And that gets me 70 over here and x over there. Okay, so this is the second method that I showed you today in your notes, just translating from words directly into math symbols. Okay, now the next way was using the equation part equals percent times whole. Okay, and this works especially well when we're using story problems, because in a story problem we can actually determine usually what the part is, what the whole is, and what the percent is. That's a lot more difficult to do when you just have the is and of problems. So with that said, if we look at number 20, number 20 says about 12,457.35 tons of oranges were harvested in the United States in 1 year were used to make juice. If 13,113 tons of oranges were harvested, what percent were used to make juice? So the question there is what percent. So this is what we're looking for. Okay, now we just have to decide which one of these is the part and which one of these is the whole. Well, when we're dealing with a problem like this, the part can never be bigger than the whole. Well, most of the time. But our story problem says that 13,113 tons were harvested. So that's going to be our whole. That's going to be our total. As we said earlier, we're looking for the percent. We can use an X for that. And the part, according to the story problem, the part there, 12,457. This is what's used to make orange juice. This is the total that was harvested. Okay, so then we are going to divide both sides by 13,113. It's going to get us somewhere around 0.95. And then because we're being asked for a percent, it's going to be 95%, which kind of makes sense. I mean, if you look at this problem, this number is really close to the total that's harvested. Okay, it's just about 700 tons less. So that means it should be really close to 100%, which 95% is. Okay, so just to recap, whenever we have problems like this, 2.8 is 4% of what number? This is where we use the translation method. Anytime you see an is, it's an equal sign. Anytime you see an of, it's a multiplication sign. and you just kind of bring everything else down in order. And then the second way, when we're working with story problems, it's probably easier to use the part equals percent times whole, because not all of the time will you see, the numbers is and of, or the words is and of in those problems. So again, part equals percent times whole, and then you just decide what are we looking for, the percent, the part, or the whole. Hope that helps. If you have any questions, come on in and see me in the morning.